Today I'm going to start the next few days of sharing how I've organised our kitchen. Most pieces now organised in our kitchen, I've had them in place 15-20 years maybe longer. It's due to the fact that, especially when we were first married and before we had our boys, yes, hubby used to come home, used to go in one cupboard, say he left in the morning when I had a flexi day, and there would be pots or something. Another cupboard, he'd know where he'd find the biscuit barrel. Then he'll come home and think he's going to get a biscuit and found the cups and saucers and so on. This setup I've had, I would say 15 or 20 years, possibly maybe longer, and it works. All I do often enough is tweak it or review it, and like when our granddaughter came along, I've got a little space for her pots and things like that, but very often things do stay generally the same. So today I'm going to start with our first point of call in the morning is the drink station, which you can see behind. I have actually shared this previously, depending on seasons. It's just plain at the moment, no decor pieces whatsoever. But this is our first point of call in the morning. Put the kettle on, hubby has his tea, I have my coffee, and then we can start our day. I have said on a number of occasions it is an older kitchen. Over the years, hubby has replaced the door and drawer cupboard fronts, and we've had sort of new worktops and everything, but the carcasses are the original when the house was built, except for the cupboards up the top here, due to hubby had to replace those because the original cupboards were right against the frame of the double glazing, when we've had it replaced now twice. So we used to have brown, and then when we last had it done, a fair few years now, we've had the white, and it was actually right against the frame, so the cupboard had to come down, so hubby took them all down above here and over the other bit where the fridge is, and replaced them with units he's built himself. We've made do. It's one of the big jobs that we wanted to get done, but for whatever reasons happened, you know, life happens and things have just put things on hold. Right, as you can see, we've got the black kettle here. I did used to have all red, gone to black just to mute it down. The kettle, I believe, is Swan. It came from Asda, and I think it was something like $12.99. This is the second Costa Tasma we've had, and this is the one up from what we originally had, because we use them constantly, and it is sort of our treat. And as you know, hubby does like his Costa, and it is, I say, his treats even when we're out anywhere. So that is that part. Behind we have the rack there that holds the pods for the Tasmo. Now I think these are more reasonable. They were hard to obtain originally. This came from Amazon. I think it was something like $24.99, but I think they're more reasonable now because there's different ones about. But at the time, it was when the Tasmos were coming out, and it was really difficult to get them. Very often, I only used to have it out through the Christmas season, and all those used to sort of go in the drawer, which I'll show you in a moment, where I store any other pieces. Moving along, I have this jar here, vanilla in there, and there's a nutty one as well, aside the 3-in-1 Nescafe sachets, which is handy to have in the house, just in case, not so much this season, but like the summer, or sometimes I slip a few in my bag when we're going to the cavern or anything, especially the 3-in-1, because they're handy for instant drinks when we get to wherever we're going. Yeah, and I was requested to get some hot chocolate. I'm thinking about getting, or check my stock to see if I've got a small jar to put it in. This one I've turned it round because, as I said, I had so many red pieces, but I'm sort of toning that down now. It's got Home Sweet Home, but I tend to just turn that round because I just like it clear. So I need to get one for my hot chocolate. This is actually what a nightlight sort of candle goes in, you know, one of these tea light ones. But I often put my sweetener in there just so it's there. Again, we replaced all these sort of pieces, the sugar, coffee and tea. I've also got the canister for utensils, the biscuit one and the bread bin. And I actually got that from a few years now. And that I got in the January sales, like £9.99. It was like half price. I did have all the same set in red. Again, changed it round. Just above here, I have cups. I'm going to show you this, but I'm going to share this more in depth in another video, because just here, look, is our latte glasses. They've got the smaller ones, but I prefer this size. And yes, these ones we did pay a little bit more on, because these are actually the Costa ones, and they were quite expensive to buy from the shop, because the smaller one came with the actual machine. These are what I call my guest mugs. I've got a set of our ones, and then, as probably everybody else in the household, we have a majority of different mugs, and everybody has their different mugs, you know, and know what they are. I went through the stage of having a set. As I said, I've got a set of our mugs that I use for guests, but as I said, it depends on the mood and what size mug we want. We have some larger ones sort of going at the back there. That is hubby's, mainly when he sort of has time to sit down and have a drink in the evening. So that's where we keep the mugs. And as I say, it's worked out that we've got latte glasses right below, or should I say above, the Costa machine, you know, our Tassimo, and obviously the mugs then, our everyday mugs, it's just there and brought down, you know, to make our drinks. So it just makes everything easy. And I just leave a spoon sort of tea bag holder there. So, and this rack here I actually got from a from the charity shop, Bernardo's. I think, without going back, I think it was something like 99p or something, and it just looks nice just there. Any excess, now this used to be a bit drawer just below here, and this is where I store extra coffees. So I've got here, I've got the Kenko. Personally, I find them stronger coffee than the Costa, but that's how it goes. Got extra Costa coffees here. Some extra ones. This is one of my favourites. This is a treat. I've got the caramelised honey. I've got a few left in my jar, but I want to use some of the others first. Got the chocolate shaker here for cappuccinos. And yes, we've got all the sort of stencils to stencil your chocolate on your mugs. We'd like to go the full whack when we have a nice coffee, and I know our visitors in the past have actually appreciated it. So yeah, got different ones like that, and I like putting those on. Got extra white nut there, the creamer for the milk, and then at the back there I keep sterilising tablets for the Tassimo, an extra filter, and these are the pumps, because at Christmas time very often we purchase the syrups that you also can purchase, and you've probably seen them in places like Costa, to give you flavourings like the gingerbread and things like that. So that is the drawer, and this plastic container I think was something like £3 or £4.99 from B&M. So that is the drawer. It actually prevents from having a junk drawer. We do have one junk drawer in the kitchen, but you know how it goes, 2, 3, sometimes it's easy to have, and then I think just gets dumped in. So I wanted this to have a purpose, and this has been now a good many years, I'm not sure how many, ever since actually we started using the Tassimo. So that is the drink station. I wanted to quickly share this with you, just a quick video to start off. I'll be working around our kitchen, and I will be sharing each of the areas, how I zone them, how I use them, and how I've organised them. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.